Dr. Brian Hooten in Dallas, Texas. Excited to talk to you today about herniated discs in your lower back, stenosis, sciatic pain, a host of different disorders that you may have in your lower back that are associated with the joint deterioration. Maybe it's called arthritis, whatever the doctors have called it. I'm going to show you exactly how we help you get your life back. Now, if you watch that video that was just played, that's our dear friend Ricky. And Ricky came in with classic herniated discs, sciatic pain, and this debilitating back pain that was just keeping him from living. Like literally his wife was driving him around everywhere. He was unable to work. And his life shut down with this type of back pain. And many of you out there have dealt with this or know somebody dealing with this. And maybe you've been told don't go to the chiropractor. Maybe you've been told don't let that crazy Hooten guy up in Dallas touch you, whatever you do. Well, if somebody's telling you that, that's because they're afraid I'm going to help you, and they don't want to lose their revenue. They don't want to lose their reputation. So in this video, I'm going to explain exactly how this works. It's not magic. It's very direct. It's right in your face. Literally, if you saw that video, his face was getting all squeezed. But I'm going to explain how that works. If you just think of the function of what you were watching, I was decompressing his spine. So Ricky comes in. Barely walking in, right, with help from his wife, and he's sitting there telling me about this pain going down his legs. And I explained how things work. I said, look, you've obviously got a problem down there. I need to see x-rays so I can tell you exactly what you're dealing with. So we took x-rays. And if this is a normal, healthy-looking joint in a spine, okay, and the nerves coming off go down your legs and everywhere right there. So this is a real clean joint. There's no arthritis. The discs are very healthy. Over time, Ricky's spine had deteriorated, and his lower back had started to look like this. So the first thing I told him, and nobody had really explained it to him this way, that takes decades to happen. So it's not anything that just happened yesterday. If you've been told you've got stenosis or herniated discs or arthritis in your lower back, that is not something that happened yesterday, unless you had a real major trauma, which we did with another gal. We'll show a picture of her next time, Sammy. She'd had a snowboarding accident, and as she went forward, her bones smashed the discs and bulged it out into her spine and her nerves, and it was just killing her. Like literally hurting. It's just like shutting her body down, kind of pain. So she'd been dealing with that for months and years without any real relief. So in either case, let's say you had this decade's worth of damage like Ricky, or it was more of a recent trauma like Sammy, what you have to do is look at that part of your spine as out of shape. It's weak, it's just, it can't do much. It's the tissues around there are soft and deteriorated and dilapidated, like eroding away. And if you don't get it strong, it'll just continue to get worse. And then you're looking at a surgery. And the problem with a surgery is that only temporarily stops the issue. Once you come out of the surgery, and surgeries, by the way, they don't work nearly as often as you think. On average, if you have a lower back surgery, you're going to have 2 more throughout your life because it doesn't stop the whole process of degeneration. You have to get your spine strong again. That doesn't mean we can make your spine go from this to this, right? What I told Ricky is that we'll take your spine how it is, remove this pressure, okay, so things can move, and we're going to get you strong with what you have left. That takes time. So I know you want pain relief really quick. You want to see if I'm talking about somebody that's a friend of yours or a loved one, you want to see them, better really quick. Well, he got some quick relief, but he was not 100% after that first adjustment. It's taken us weeks to get all this pressure off with repetitive adjusting and specific exercises to rebuild the strength. And he's here, this is like his 3rd week, and he's doing way better. He's back to work. He's, instead of looking at his body falling apart, he feels his body getting stronger. And that is what we do for everybody that comes in, whether it's herniated discs and stenosis in your lower back. Yes, if the doctors have said there's nothing you can do except surgery, that's a lie most of the time. Does some people come in here and they've waited too late? Yes. Am I trying to play God and saying that I can fix everybody? No. What I can promise you, though, is that we're going to get some pressure off your spine and help you get strong with what you have. That's all I can promise you. And then we put our faith in the body and the power that God put in there to heal you. So just like something else that heals, if you've been told that this is a devastating situation you have, that there's no hope, that you're stuck on drugs, PT, or surgery, think of the power that made you. Your body it developed from a little baby into an adult. You've still got this insane amount of God-given ability to do stuff. Like if I cut my arm with a piece of paper, I don't have to think about it. My brain and my body fixes my arm. It's trying to fix your back. It's trying to fix these discs in there. You just need a little help right now. So we'll get you adjusted. That if you watch that video, it looks violent. It looks extreme. But on the inside, what he felt all the way down his spine, all the way down to the bottom, was all this popping, if you will, like that. Is it dangerous? Absolutely not. My malpractice insurance is tiny compared to a medical doctor. There's some of these medical doctors are paying $400,000 or $500,000 a year in malpractice insurance because of the damage that drugs and surgery do. I paid $2,200 last year. There's no danger, very little danger in this. The insurance companies know. So don't let the way it looks scare you. If you're suffering with this, look, I'll walk you through it. It's not like he walked in here and I threw that strap. Can you imagine if I just threw that strap around his head and started pulling and yanking without explaining everything? He's going to freak out. I'll walk you through the whole thing. But he felt his whole spine open up, got up off the table, and he had a little bit of relief. So he immediately started saying, okay, I got to get this right. We'll walk you through the whole process. So we're going to start with, I'll explain everything when you're here, get the x-rays done. I'll show you exactly where the problems are. By the way, it wasn't just in his lower back. It was his whole spine was involved. All of his pain was down here, but a big portion of why he wasn't healing down there was up at the top. So I worked on the whole thing. So we'll walk you through that. I'll show you your x-rays one-on-one. I'll walk through the whole thing, then get some pressure off your spine. Then we're going to show you some stretching to start doing because you want to keep your spine flowing and healing while you're not here. And then we'll put a plan together specifically based on what you need and walk you through the whole process. Plus, when you walk in here, it kind of feels awesome. Like you see all these people healing. You see testimonies all over the wall. You start getting a sense of, you know what, I'm starting to believe I can heal, and that's a big part of it too. I mean, your mental game is a big part of this. So we'll pour love into you. We'll show you how the whole thing works and walk you through it. This is Dr. Brian Hooten signing off. Remember, drugs are bad. God is great, and so are you. We'll talk to you on the next one.